Hey guys, it's coffee time. And I don't know if you care or not, but I am going to tell you a story about my tripod this morning because I had intended on using the nice camera today for both coffee and news. And when I was placing the very nice camera onto my tripod, I heard a little cracking noise and I was like, I wonder what that is. I looked and I saw like an area of it that seemed weaker but not broken. I was like, okay, maybe I'm like pulling in a weird way. I need to be careful. So at one point I needed to take the camera off and I started to twist it off and the entire top part broke off. Look at this. Right here. Like this is where that's where the camera like attaches. I was like, this isn't you just like you straight up just like can't fix that. Like I don't know what to do. And it sucks because it's such a perfect height. Like, I went to both Mike and Ro and I said, hey, do you guys have a tripod that I can use? But I kind of knew the answer because Mike has borrowed this one before. It's just a nice medium height. And Ro had this one. And we were like trying to figure out, okay, maybe we can like, I have one of these too, but I hadn't thought to use it. We were like, maybe we can like twist it around this and then put the camera on there. But no matter what we did, it was like wobbling all over the place. And I was like, this makes me nervous. So then the other option was the huge tripod that we use when Ro does Nerdy Nummies and all that. It's like as tall as me, probably. It's so big. It's like, how am I going to use this and still have an interesting background and, you know, do something fun with it at least if I'm going to be standing and trying to use this huge tripod. So I wound up standing on my bed with the tripod right here and pointing towards that corner. And that's what I did for gaming news. And it's hilarious to me because most of the comments are, this is awesome, you should always do this. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain that I get to, like, stand on my bed for a while. That's fun. But I don't know, I guess I seemed more animated and had more energy because I was standing, which is a very, what term am I trying to think of? Many people accept that school of thought, that standing gives you more energy than sitting. A lot of people think that sitting in general is just bad for us, that our bodies aren't made for it unless we're in a specific type of sitting position, definitely not in chairs. The way that we sit in chairs apparently is not great, but yeah, so that's why they make standing desks. I don't know if you've ever seen a standing desk, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a desk that you can stand at and do all of your work. Lots of people are starting to get those, and I'm like, I don't know if I would have the constitution for that. I feel like I would use that, I'd get really pumped about it, I'd use it for a day, and then be really irritated that I wasn't sitting while I was on the computer. And obviously I understand that you have the standing desks and then there are chairs so you can sit if you need to, or if you want to like relax and take a break, but I don't know. I don't think that I could do the standing desk thing. I love this too much. It's just so nice and relaxing. Oh, for a second I thought, no. Sherlock's been killing socks all day because it wasn't like a full-on laundry day. I only did 2 loads of laundry. As you can tell from my hamper, it's at a normal height rather than overflowing, which means that I didn't do much, but I did do something. So, did 2 loads of laundry. And like always, I left the socks for last because they're kind of obnoxious, although most of my socks have either a really bright color or a pattern or something, so it's really easy to match them up. I have very few white or black socks. I don't know why, it's just I always wind up with really pretty socks. My mom always gives me holiday socks, so I have tons of Halloween socks and Valentine's Day socks and St. Patrick's Day socks. And you might say to yourself, that sounds a little kitschy and weird, but it gives me a lot of really fun options for sock stuff, and it makes it way easier to find the pairs in the laundry. So, yeah, so I had socks like all over my bed, and Sherlock hadn't paid any attention to them at all. And I've noticed this about him before. If I roll them up into the ball, then suddenly they are prey. So I was rolling all of them up into balls, and I picked up a ton of them, and then one fell out of my arms, and he attacked it and ran it out of my room. And so one of my pairs of socks was just kind of chilling in the living room for a while. This happens often, though, for realsies. Oh man, what was I? I've been doing that so often lately, where I'm like, what was I gonna say? I really want ramen. I might do ramen tonight. It just sounds so good. I love ramen so much. It's hard to explain. Like, everybody while I was growing up told me, you're gonna hit a point where you hate ramen. Like, you're just gonna hit a point where you don't like ramen anymore. Or at the very least, you're gonna hit a point where you don't like top ramen anymore. And in Oregon, there was only one place that I ever knew of that actually served ramen. And it was really far away. And it was very basic. It was just broth and noodles. But it was delicious, amazing miso ramen. And so I got that like a few times. But, yeah, I have never hit a point where I was sick of ramen. Like, I don't think that that's ever happened. When I was in college and I was, like, broke as heck, I would buy, like, the big boxes of them. And then to try to be healthier, I started buying the big, like, packages of just the noodles, and then I would make my own broth. And I don't eat top ramen very often anymore, just because once you look at the ingredients list, you're like, oh, no, what am I putting in my body? But now I live in a place that has, like, legit ramen, and I love it. Like, it's hard to say any time that I ever think to myself, do I want ramen today? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that sounds good. There aren't any ramen places that are super close to me. Not like pho. We have pretty close pho places. We have pretty close Mexican restaurants, things like that. But we don't have a ramen place that is super close, which I think should be rectified. If ever we move, whenever that happens, I'm going to be like, all right, what's the proximity of the closest ramen place? Because I want that. I love ramen. Okay, I'm done. That's it. That's all that I wanted to say. I'm also really loving my hair. Like, I wasn't sure if I was going to continue loving it or at some point be like, this is like, I'm not sure about this, but I really, really like it. I'm just concerned that the green areas I think are going to fade really quickly. So I'm like, how do I maintain them? I think that I'm going to do like what I was telling you guys about and do the blue conditioner and just keep putting like a little bit of dye in my hair all the time. And as a reminder, because every single time I talk about hair dye, I get this exact comment. So as a reminder, I only use vegetable dyes. They're not bad for your hair. They don't use any chemicals that are bad for you. You can leave them on for a long time, and you can keep reapplying them, and it doesn't hurt you at all. It's not going to fry your hair. So I'm safe about it. I'm safe about it, okay? I do think that I need a haircut, though. I kind of miss, I don't know. I was watching, I was looking at some of the old videos on here. Not watching the videos, but like scrolling through where it shows all of my videos for me. And I was like, I kind of miss the bangs, which I never thought that I would miss my bangs, but I really miss them right now. Like, should I go get bangs again? I don't know, because like right now, go bobby pin in. Right now, this is what my bang situation is. This is what's happening with my bangs. They're so long. Oh my goodness. I actually didn't realize how long they were until doing this. But they're pretty long, you know? And I'm like, oops. I think you were supposed to be over here. Yes. Okay, we're good. But I don't know. Then I'm like, whenever I have bangs, I get angry because they're always in my way. Fickle ladies, fickle Ramonas, are never happy with their hair. What can we do? But, yeah. That's like all that's going on with me, you guys. I want ramen. That's primary focus right now. And maybe I'll continue doing gaming news in that corner. I don't know. Everybody seemed to like it a lot. If I can just fix the sound, like figure out how to make the sound better and less echoey, then we'd be in business. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good day and a good start to your week, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah!